first things first, Square, and I already mentioned this last week and again Tuesday, that this was going to be a little speculative lotto play on earnings, on their potential of them beating earnings and basically filling this gap. About 78 was all I was really looking for. 78 with an overshot back up to this 80. Well, they're exactly there. So that was to this trend line right here. So stabilizing, it literally pulled back 38, 0.2 fib kind of level, not even a 50% pullback, very shallow. It held the 50, it held the 10, it had earnings, no edge with earnings, a complete lotto is how I look at it.
This short clip is presented by Club. Club provides access to Samantha LaDuc and her team of professional macro and micro traders, analysts, and educators. Club is ideal for active traders, investors, and institutions who want Samantha's best-of-breed market timing calls across all asset classes and timeframes like chase, swing, and trend. Get the trade before it happens. Sign up to Club now and get full access to daily live trading room with Samantha LaDuc, Slack trading desk with detailed analysis and trades, custom trade support when you need it, and much more. For more information, visit www.LaDucTrading.com/club.
They did really well. So we got 80.29, which, by the way, kind of come over here. That's level 1. That's the first price target, is this gap fill. And we did that. The second is the 80.29. The third is 83. So 83 is right above. You can also see 83 on the daily. Square worked as a long, and Carvana, that was the other one that was having earnings. And I said, I want to be in this just in case, right? Again, speculative long. It's got to prove itself massively. I know we've talked about this for a long time. Massive potential, inverse head and shoulders. Dealerships are really actually suffering from these online car buying systems, whatever you call it, businesses. And this looked like it was going to do exactly this. So I've got 72.59 as a first price target. 67.67 is a first price target. Above that, you got 72.59. Remember, there is a supply of sellers that very well would like to give and hand back that money because it's such a big loser. But you also have a massive amount of shorts that need to cover. So right now we're watching live the auction between sellers and buyers, right? Those that want to get out even or just out, and those that have been shorting this stock for a while and they are going to be like, oh, damn. So let's see what happens. But 67.67 price target tagged. You get and stabilize, even if you're in this channel, by the way, it's still wicked bullish that they're up and above. What was my key level? Remember, 61 is absolutely critical. If they have to close above 61, and this puppy can double. Not right away, but it can double. So this is a gorgeous structure. Has to stay above 61. 61 can move its little butt and keep going. And I'm going to keep it on this page because 61 we've talked about. It has to close 61. So there we are. If I put it on a monthly, you can see the 30 week is month is right here. There's the 50. It's a gorgeous structure. I don't see any, big drama with this one this morning. They're kind of going, it is expensive. It is Tim's idea of a really good time. He loves these big IV, premium crushes. So he loves to play advanced options with this. I'm really not seeing any selling yet. None. So we've got AMD doing perfectly fine, heading up to 85. We've got Square doing really well, digesting this mosh pit, which is basically, we'll call it 81. So you'll see some selling here. Same idea. Remember, this has a mass of sellers, totally in a losing position. This still has a lot of work to do to get above 88.64, but it's a good start. Nice, good start. Okay, so booking is a short. Carvana has a tussle, but it's doing extremely well. Carvana, long before earnings. Square, long before earnings. Carvana, I'm much higher conviction than Square. Carvana is one that, again, has a short interest of interest to me. A beautiful inverse head and shoulder pattern on the bottom of this oversold, highly indebted company. It had Apollo come in about this time for debt financing. It had CEO and his father buy a whole bunch of shares, and then they just sat there. They've endured some of this. We had a little meme cycle go on last year in 2023, where we had a lot of short covering, which kind of created that excitement, but it never ever came back and took out the lows. It's been very, very productive in staying up here, and it is literally up 43.5% on a stock basis. The options have now gone from the 200 down to like the 120 area IV. Nearer duration, you still have very high IV. Square is tussling now between the 81 and the 83. That's exactly what I wanted to see today. Perfect. So the Square is doing that beautiful pullback of only 38 points, whatever the fib level was. I can show you because I was excited about this because it did such a good job. It was wild Tasmanian, reversal here off the November, February Fed pause and Yellen Yahtzee. Did a little gap down, but then it held beautifully at this 38.2 fib level for many, 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 many weeks going into the earnings. And they had a nice surprise profit last night. After hours was 13%. I liked the report, and I liked the fact that it's doing its job right here. It got excited. It's all the way up to 83, and it's digesting now, which is normal. It's got lots of, resistance here. So I'm not surprised that it is coming up and digesting here. The problem is you definitely don't want it to get kind of whack-a-mole back down. The best level, honestly, is don't let it fall back below 76. So if you're long into this pre-earnings, you definitely don't want this to fall below 76. Square is obviously digesting beautifully this kind of 81 to 83 area, and Carvana nailed it all the way up to 76.44. You really, really are greedy if you expect more than 76.44 today. Remember, I said I wouldn't be surprised at all. I literally said I wouldn't be surprised at all if this comes all the way back down to 75.90 area. It really is working. So if you took your gains at 83, or you want to stay long and protect, and you just expect this to head down to 76. That's all I got to say about that. So, and Carvana, gorgeous tag of 76. Don't expect it to get above there. If it does, you're lucky. So it will in time. Absolutely. And I'm not saying I'm ruling it out. It's now above 61 monthly. That's all I care about. I'm just saying today, that's a lot. That's a lot. A big line in the sand for me is 86. So this had a lot digestion here post-COVID. And once we got above 86, it was off to the races. So it's going to hit its head pretty hard on that 86. No, the structure of this thing still looks very productive. Very, very, very nice. Nothing wrong with this chart. Breaking out higher. It's just meeting a whole bunch of sellers up here. That's all. Pretty typical. So far, very, very typical. Hit the beautiful 200 EMA, digesting. 223 is today. The calls coming in right now, while price is 74-ish, are crazy bullish. They look like they want to take it above 76.5. I keep saying, come on, it doesn't look like it. But they are literally that size right here. That's gorgeous. The $90 calls, already there, right? We already talked about those. 90, awesome. But this is what they're coming in with right here. Today, next week, week after. This is a bunch of chasing. But the $80 calls, let me just see something here. They came in, wait a minute, $60 strike? Expires today. They bought them today. The $60 strike today. Where is that? Oh, here. All right, so the 10,000, 11,000 contracts or whatever that are accumulating right here, $60 calls, deep in the money. This is the 23rd. That's not right. Hold on. Give me a second. No, it is. All right, so duh. February 23rd, this particular line item had just hit in the first hour 11 million. Pretty nice. So that's actually staying pretty firm, but it's a lot of, YOLO stuff. I want to see where they start to position, where they say, hey, that looks really good above 76. I want to get some calls. And this is the biggest strike right here, the March 90 calls.
Subscribe to LaDuc Trading YouTube channel for more live trading room recap videos and other content.